Hello there, it's Mike.
And it's Katie.
And this week is episode 126. And what are we talking about this week, Katie?
Mortal Kombat!
Mortal Kombat! On this week on Cup of Rad. Hey everyone. We had to put a pin in leather and vampires, or vampires and leather, whatever we're calling it, because
whatever weird. We ran out of time.
Well, we had some time constraints, but also too we forgot that Mortal Kombat was coming out.
Yeah, and that
we watched
was like,
that
wait a
instead.
second.
So we'll be back next week with some leather and vampires, or vampires and leather, whatever it ends up being. So those that's gonna happen. So
anyways, Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. Hey, you know what? I'm going to throw this out to anyone that is in the toy community. I've been running out of time for title cards once in a while for toy shots, and also limited to what I actually have for characters. So periodically through Instagram, I'll throw up on my story if I'm looking for a themed shot. And if you're interested in having one of your photos grace the cover of our title card for that week, if it fits the theme, you can send it to me. You'll get full credit through the posting, and you'll get a shout out on the show to share more toy art versus a generic title card if we don't have time to make one.
Which specifically, surprisingly, we do not have any vampires.
Yeah, you know what? I was going through and I couldn't find anything that I could use with black leather and
the only thing I can think of vampire is like a Mickey stuffy that we have, and that just doesn't fit the vibe.
Stuffy, no.
So
well, I never got I wanted to get the Mezco blade, but I just never got it. Right?
Yeah.
But
yeah. So vampires, black leather.
So yeah,
bring it on.
That'll be next week's. So, anyways, do
we have any toys? We don't even have any toys. We've been like,
no, we didn't get out. There's no real Oh, you know what? There is new toy news that are coming.
Toy news.
By the time this episode drops, the full reveal will hit, and it'll be behind the times. But Super Season is teasing their next wave of TMNT.
Oh, he's
wave number
so
5.
Excited.
They've teased Samurai Leo from the old school Playmates line, which is really cool. They've also teased Krang, and they've also teased Leatherhead. So there'll be one more tease before they give us the final reveal. So I'm assuming it'll be Monday or Tuesday will be the next tease.
Nice.
And then probably Thursday for the full.
Well, yeah, when
reveal.
Leatherhead the picture, he was like,
Katie, right?
Katie, what? Shows me the picture. Okay, that explains it.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm super excited for that. I had I was having my wavering moments on waiting so long, and that's why I guess like the DC multiverse and hopefully the Spawn will fill the niche for the in-betweens when I need my little plastic fix.
Well, I know you've been wanting another Spawn, the blue, was it?
The blue Mandarin.
Mandarin Spawn.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to be able to curbside pick up that at Toys R Us.
Yeah.
And possibly next weekend. So
I'm hoping. I'm just still waiting for McFarlane to really actually announce the actual first wave of the Spawn figures, right?
Yeah.
And who's actually going to be in it, and who's, I keep looking at the 12-inch Commando Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn, but it's 12 inches. There's no articulation. It's super cool, but I'm like,
yeah.
But it's really awesome looking. And if it was 7-inch, I'd be on that thing so fast, But you know what? You're just a perv.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say anything.
Your eyes said everything.
Yeah, they did.
And your mouth quivered like you were hungry. Hungry for the wolf.
I couldn't help it. I'm just gonna.
You're gonna huff and puff and blow this whole joke down.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, so
toy news, yeah.
Yeah, toy news. That's about it right now. We're in a weird thing because
we looked at Toy Traders. They have on the flyer we have Kong, or was it Godzilla that came in the pop?
Godzilla
came in, but I really like. It's not going to be the same if I can't get Kong, and I think I want Kong more than Godzilla.
So you're waiting on that one.
So I think,
but like next weekend, we actually have things we have to do further out of town. Some of our vegan supply aspects.
Our pizza pop up. I'm so excited.
Well, there's that. I was actually talking about like actual supplies.
I'm talking
like
about pizza,
vegan protein, and
pizza.
And
pizza.
That's just a happy little bonus.
That's a super happy bonus. Because pizza rules.
Pizza rules.
Pizza rules.
So yeah, next weekend, maybe we would take some pictures of Toy Traders. Let us know if there's anything you want to see at Toy Traders.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to cruise around there for a bit because we'll have to wait for curbside pickup.
Yeah.
And, yeah. It's a weird.
I want to go clothes and shoe shopping. And
it's just hard with kids.
But it's hard, yeah, everyone. So I need to make sure, because a lot of it is also like more appointment feeling. So I need to almost go by myself, and there's just lack of time for things. Yeah. Just too many things going on.
Too many things.
But, I mean, and I would like to go to Toy Traders, because otherwise, like, the other thing would be you drop me off and you guys go to Toy Traders, but then I get to miss out on the fun, and that's not cool. So, I'll have to go down apparently myself. We'll have Katie's great adventure day of girly things.
Girly things?
Yeah.
I know what that means.
Shoes. Other girly things.
Yeah, it's a weird time though for toys, because like companies are releasing things like staggered now because they never had Toy Fair to really blow our minds. So now they're like doing it every few months now. And it
feels weird too, because we had so much excitement and everything with Super 7. And then of course I understand they got delays that they weren't expecting. So we have all this stuff sitting on pre-order and just waiting.
Yeah. Like for the unknown, the great unknown, for all the other waves, and once it happens, it's going to happen stupid fast. And then this will be overload.
We're bombarded with things.
Right. But that's why I'm waiting. I'm waiting for, as I said in the last few episodes, McFarlane to drop, because those listings are starting to show up. Listings are showing up in Targets and GameStops in the States.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we get some information soon.
Yeah.
Right?
We went to EB Games, wandered around there. Wasn't horribly exciting, but we got a Pokemon new book because Kiddo's gotten some more Pokemon cards, so we finally found a new little binder thing for him, which is good.
Yeah, so we can fill that up, because he was like, guys, I don't have room in my binder anymore. So
right, so it wasn't actually, they've been less and less there for sure. You can tell, understandably, there's not the traffic, so they aren't being able to keep the inventory in stock there, but so it's kind of a rare surprise when you actually find something new. Found some journals, which was weirdly exciting to be notebooks of different things.
Notebooks.
Benedict's. But I also get very excited over office supplies, so that's just me.
Yeah, that is.
I found Wonder Woman themed dry shampoo today. That also made me excited. I didn't buy it, but it was cool, because anything Wonder Woman themed, I'm like, yes, that's awesome.
That's where we are in life right now. We're just kind of so we gotta spice things up a little bit more.
That's my highlights.
I took a whole bunch of turtle photos. Well, I didn't get a whole lot. I got 3 or 4 by the time you set things up. So I got some of those, which I'm hoping to share over the next week here. I've gotten some requests for some characters, so I'm curious to take some. I am looking forward to May. I'm gonna hopefully do more of an anime.
Yeah, I was gonna say then you can take some of my Sailor Moon.
And then Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball. So those that have been missing my Dragon Ball stuff, and that it's gonna come fast and hard. Get your mind out of the gutter. I mean, seriously.
You walked right into it.
I did not walk into it. I sat here and said it. There was no walking.
With a glint in your eyes.
There was no glint.
With the, I'm going to do this. And you're going to love it. We aren't even drinking alcohol tonight. We have tea.
Don't tell them that.
We have herbal tea. And it's very exciting because we're just naturally this perverted sometimes.
No, never.
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 That's why they love us. Because you never know what happens.
I think they know. I think everyone knows. Just So we ended up finding out that we've only got 3 episodes of Thundercats Roar left.
Yeah.
Which is pretty wild. I'm
actually really sad. I love that show so much.
At least it's one that's goofy enough we can keep watching if we decide to.
True.
But we've only got 9 episodes, not even anymore.
We watched
a few episodes down of Thundercats. We're down to 7.
Yeah.
7 episodes of the original Thundercats series.
Today, well, last time we'd watched it, actually, I don't know, we watched
last
it
week on our Thundercats review.
So we had a Cracker's Revenge that we watched.
That one was beautifully animated.
It was
really like really, you could really get the anime feel out of it.
Yeah.
And it was just like, there was some great fluid, like textured animation in that one. Like, it was one of the prettiest episodes in a long time. Like, whoever animated that one was just like, I'm giving it my all. We're ending soon and you're going to see an amazing freaking episode. Because I was enthralled. It was not a good episode in general, but like the animation and stuff for Cracker and stuff was just like, holy crap. Mm-hmm. This thing looks great.
Yeah, someone really liked the robot pirate. But he showed up and decided to break.
Look, it's like he's in wave 3 of the Super 7 line, and he was in like 2 episodes.
That is true. He decided he's going to break the Lunatic out. And we don't know why, because the last time they met, they totally double-crossed him. And
Stole his shack.
He was basically like, well, I can't stand any one of my fellow evil brethren in jail, whatever. So, I'm going to break you out. And I thought, okay, well, he's going to break him out, but he's still not going to help him. No, he was like, yeah, we're going to. Well, Chilla suddenly decided that she was like weirdly sexually like close to him.
Oh, yeah. She was
suddenly
all like,
she was just like, hey, you're the kind of man I like. What the hell? Like, right? She'd never had any sort of like romantic inclination, I guess.
And then saw the pirate robot was just like,
man in power, man. That's what
he's taking charge. He got us out of prison, yo.
Yeah. So that was strange. But then in the meanwhile, though, Snarfer had to go run out and get some food.
It was a pizza run to Third Earth.
What the heck? Like, what? Oh, he's going on a pizza run.
Where's Snuffer? He's on a pizza run to Third Earth, and he's dangerously close to where Captain Cracker is attacking the ship.
And I don't understand why Panthro allows him to leave anywhere in his ship that is literally held together with tape.
This is fantastic.
Like, why did you think this was okay?
It's like a child took a cardboard box and put a rocket on it.
Yeah.
And
they're like, I'm going to fly to another planet. Because I need some pizza, yo. What is Snarfer smoking?
He was okay.
He thinks that this is okay. He's on the burrito run. Like, he's on the pizza run. Like, he definitely is a young teenager, right? Who cares? My hunk of crap vehicle. I'm hungry, yo.
Right? And his logic too, they're like, you need to contact Mandora to help you. He's like, oh, this is a perfect thing. I'm just going to speed. And Mandora shows up and his ship literally starts ripping apart. He's going so fast. And there's actually like duct tape holding the one fin on.
Yeah.
And then, Katie's favorite shows up. You've broken the law.
I hate her
Pull
so much.
over.
I hate her.
No, you know what?
No. But you know what? You make a very good point. That she's treating everyone on good or bad. She's just black and white with the law, and there is an appreciation.
It was a good message though, because it was just like she's like, Snarfer's like, but hey, you can't give me a ticket. I needed to contact you, and she's like, there's no reason to break the law to get my attention.
I still don't understand why Lionel wasn't like, hey, I'll let Mandora know that you need to come over here.
Yeah, but I think he was trying to give Snarfer the chance
to... Well, then when they actually said, I think he has radio communication problems,
okay, well,
maybe they should have said, oh, I'm going to help out. But no, whatever.
He needs to grow up.
He needs to learn.
He needs to
learn that he shouldn't have taken his, POS ship into space.
Right? I still love that now, what took them a cryo sleep now takes them like 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's a pizza run worthy.
Yeah. Right? There and back, and the pizza's still hot. Like,
yeah, no big deal. So
Burbles are like multifaceted then. Like, they got Mexican, they got pizza. Yeah, like, I want to live in the Burble Village.
Yeah, they've got candy fruit. I mean, they have it going on.
Like, they got their thing down pat.
Burbles are the best creatures, right? For sure. Like, they can build anything. Like,
in a day,
they're super happy.
Yeah,
they're a very, very good, good race of beings.
Robot Ewoks.
You're right. Apparently so then they get down there and they go to Third Earth, and we thought, okay, well, maybe Tigra will show
we
up.
were hoping like, hey, Tigra, Pumara.
That'd be perfect.
They're going to Third Earth.
Yeah, no, they show up, and the bad guys show up, and they trick them by taking over a burble exoskeleton.
Yeah, that was creepy.
That was super creepy.
Snarfer crawls out of his body.
Yeah. I didn't think there was nothing inside of there. Like,
doesn't get back up. Like, I don't know, did they find, is there like a burble graveyard of just dead
So they just
burble
grabbed
parts?
a burble part? Yeah, that's not creepy at all.
And then just put it on? Like,
yeah.
like
So
where did they get, or did they kill a burble? That
they were
would
like, hey,
break
by the way,
law.
can I borrow your skin? Like,
Because like at the end of the day, though, if we're talking about how Mandora is very like breaking the law, stealing a corpse and wearing it should be against the law.
Be against the law. So hopefully they went down and said, hey, we need to pretend, like we need to hide. I don't know why they couldn't just have the burble say something.
And then the burble would just be like, okay, here is my body.
Yeah, like at what point did they must have asked permission.
They should always ask permission when you crawl into someone's body.
Like, this is a conundrum. Like, what happened?
All right.
There was a lot of questions in this episode.
All right, because like, as I say, Mandora respects the law, so he wouldn't have just like not taken
over something.
Yeah.
So maybe they have, maybe they wasn't like,
spare burble.
And this is that idea.
Parts?
Like, what is a burble then?
It's like a Dalek, only a nice version.
That's what I'm wondering.
Waiting for when they like laser eyes and go destroy. Exterminate.
I miss Doctor Who. So then they show up again. No Tigra. And then they take off. Oh yeah, then they got sent off on their rocket ship. They got attached to it, right? And they're going up into space. And then all of a sudden, Lion-O's already on Third Earth. Him and Panthro have come down. And they decided to go to Third Earth, remember?
Well, they got that. And then the guys, they head over to the...
So the Lunatics go over to Cat's lair. Okay.
And Pumara's
there.
Yeah.
And you know what she does? She doesn't come out and fight them. She just draws the drawbridge up.
That was smart. She was still controlling.
It was.
But what was weird was that
still no Tigra.
Never came out of Cat's lair.
So then at the end of all of this, like Lion-O shows up and he like... Yeah... They defeated them. Things happened. Pumara never got out of Cat's lair. I think she's got all like feral, like she's become an indoor cat, and she's like, I can't go outside. I'm all alone. The wolves are after me. Like,
no, it was just too expensive to animate her.
Yeah.
Or they just lost the original drawings, and they're like, oh crap, how do we draw her? How do we draw her standing?
Yeah, so
because like also too because it's not,
and it's still no Tigra. They weren't like, let's go see him,
or let's go. Hey, we should go check on Pumara to make sure she's safe. Yeah. They like save the day and they're like, okay,
peace it out.
They just leave again. Like you literally, like you hate these two so much.
Yeah,
that you just, it
was weird. So we were like left wondering if Tigra died.
Yeah.
Because like, they don't even seem to talk about him. Like,
no.
Why? Why did Lion-O? Because it's that idea, okay, that they knew that Snarfer was on Third Earth, okay, Mandora, all that stuff. Why did Lion-O and Panther think that it was worth their time to fly from another planet to the Third Earth, where there are two Thundercats that they left to look after the planet?
Man, why did they explicitly said that they're there to take care
of it? So why didn't they just say, hey, Pumara, Tigra, you know what? Stuff's going down. Can you go take care of it for us? Because we're going to stay up here and take care of our planet like we agreed to. No, we're going to fly across here.
So did they feel that actually Tigra and Pumara are that incompetent? That they can't do anything?
Right.
There are questions that need to be answered.
Yep.
So, but we found out Tigra wasn't dead.
Yeah, then he showed up in the next episode.
And we're like, oh, sweet, we get to see Tigra again. This is awesome.
Yeah.
And then Chitara and the kittens were like, all right, bye, Tigra. See you.
Enjoy. He's going to New Thundera now.
Yeah, go have fun as a holiday.
Replaced him with two kids and a child. So I don't know if this is good or bad. Like, what do they think of all of them? They think they could do the same work as Tigra, or like, who is this insulting? Really?
Right.
And yes, he's going to take off and... He makes bad decisions on a path,
because he's been bored.
Yeah,
he wants some adventure.
Yeah, I don't blame him at all.
It's like, come on, man. Like, give me something to do.
So then he shows up on this giant...
And then he does nothing in the episode. He gets turned into a moss man.
He gets taken over by a moss creature and turned into a topiary.
Yep.
And which, by the way, I decided Lino Tigra topiaries would be sweet to have. A giant sword sticking out of it. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Oh, it would be.
Oh my gosh. That'd be so cool. But yeah, giant moss creature.
Yeah. Which is weird. The episodes have gotten weird.
Yeah. And they had to call on the giant rock cat people statues from New Thundera to come over there and take the giant sword and cut down the giant moss man.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jaga. Use all the different powers of the sword.
So
Tiger was very sad. He said that he was, he let his heart get over his head.
He wanted adventure.
Yeah.
So, like, watching these episodes and how they treated Tigra, I think that's why they portray Tigra the way that they do in Roar.
Exactly. That's totally what it has to be.
It's like they decided that, you know what, they don't really like him. He's bossy. He's a know-it-all. All these things. I think that's why.
Yeah.
So
I decided, though, he was just happy that he was all quiet. He got to read all his books. So maybe he was going somewhere and be like, well, I've read everything because no one was bothering me. Yeah. I didn't have messes to clean up because no one was making a disaster.
Right. Making those bad decisions.
Right.
Hey, here's a fun thing. So in Roar, we were watching the Groon episode of Roar, and it opened up some interesting questions to the relationship between Jaga and Groon.
Totally.
And now I understand Jaga's outfit.
Yes.
Totally is a bottom.
Yep.
It was wild to see, and kudos for them for like hinting at that. Mm-hmm. But now Jaga's outfit makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it totally makes more sense. Like
they were bosom buddies.
They were.
Yeah. Yeah.
In more way, yeah. Now I want to get both those Super 7 figures and have some photo fun.
Some sassy Thundercat photos?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, see, you need to get Pumara because we just assumed that they would have hooked up. I mean, they had
Tigra and
yeah,
Pumara.
Yeah, so
they need to be in the cabin.
Yeah, there you go. Be like, well,
we need to repopulate Third Earth.
We got some new Thundercat babies we got to make here.
Oh, so we watched another episode where like this magician ended up he ended up it wasn't that exciting, but he gets shrunk down, basically reversed in time to a baby, right?
Oh yes.
And so they at first we thought he just left this baby in the wilderness crawling around, because that's how it looked like the episode was going to end. But what they do is they end up taking the baby and giving it, like they found these
two new Thunderian refugees.
Yeah. They get off the ship and they're like, we've saved you. Yay. Welcome to New Thundera. Hooray. Here's an evil magician baby. You need to take care of it and promise us not to teach it magic.
Good luck.
And they're like, oh, okay. Wow.
The baby who looks horribly grumpy. It's like an old grumpy old man baby.
Yeah, they're like, we'll do our best. And you could just tell they like looking at each other like, damn, we should have stayed in space.
Right? It was so weird.
Why do we have a baby now?
You can totally tell they totally wrote that story, and then we're like, yeah, sweet, we got rid of the baby. Oh, crap, we can't just leave it in the wilderness. What do we do with the baby now?
Right? We'll gladly treat it as our own, I guess.
Right? Mumra should have just had a baby. Baby magician.
Evil baby magician.
That would have been awesome.
This is how the whole series is going to end, is that Mumra's going to get a family, his own family, and realize...
little baby magician, that's what should have happened.
Oh, okay. That would have been the Roar episode.
And Mama's just like, this is what I was missing. The evil in my heart was just my luck.
And then Tiger would have hooked up with Mumra.
Yeah, because...
And the evil magician baby would be like my two dads.
Yes.
See?
There you go. That's what should have happened.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
And on that note,
it's like, as much as I know we rag on it sometimes, it's still fun. It's ridiculous. It's dumb. It's just,
I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back to Sailor Moon on the to subject you guys to that so that I can finish
until we can get the 2011.
I need to at least finish this season then, my Sailor Moon R.
Yeah.
At least I don't have that much more on it.
Okay.
But at least do that. And
how many
I'm having a hard time because after that one, like even in the graphic novels, the story wasn't that great afterward.
The manga?
Yes, the manga. It wasn't that great, so I don't know if I really need to worry about continuing to watch it, but
that's been definitely a love-hate relationship with that anime with you, though.
Yes, because the ones that are actually part of the manga and the story are really interesting. It's all the filler episodes that are a little mind-numbing. It's very hard for me to really like them. So you're
really selling on me for me to watch it with you.
I know, right? Well, it's because they're so different for the characters, and it honestly... It didn't age well because this is me watching it for the first time. If I had been a teenager watching it, I can see being much more for the market that it was going towards. But it's dealing with teenage angst and things. So I can appreciate it, but at the same time, it's so different feeling. Yeah. There's not enough growth really of the characters, like say opposed to like My Hero or something like that. But with My Hero, you have a mix of adults and teenagers to deal with a little bit of everything, right? So when they do have a lot of the mythos and the fighting and the little less bickering for things, I really do enjoy it. Yeah. So at least the next few episodes here, we're getting to the end of the arc, so they're more interesting, less filler stuff. So I still say we get the 2011 THUNDERCATS. That that's only 26 episodes, so that'll go by like a lightning bolt. It'll be awesome, and we have to get that because just the voice cast alone means that they're Michael freaking Richardson. I mean that's all you need to know. Yeah, that's all you gotta say. He's in everything that's good. Yeah. So he's like it's like voice acting god. Yeah. Right. Clancy Brown's in it. Yeah. Right? Can't go wrong. It's just there's too many good voices. So more TV. Well, yeah, we haven't watched a lot of TV, but we did watch something. We watched the finale of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That was a big thing, man. A big event. As much as I had said that this series kind of was slow at the beginning for me, this final episode I really enjoyed. Mm-hmm. I can't believe that it has low reviews because I thought it was excellent, and the speech that Sam makes at the end is just brilliant. I cried, and the fact in a really good way they even changed the title at the end to Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I just thought that was brilliant. Yeah. And that one episode made me enjoy the series more. Yeah. Than some of the other episodes. Well, it felt like a little mini movie, and then you kind of blend it all together, and like that would be one of those ones that would be interesting to actually try to watch as one, or maybe two, and like split it in half type thing, and really get a sense of the movement for it. But this last episode was just so much happening, so much just satisfaction in the character development, and even Walker getting some redemption. Yeah, and like it didn't make it okay with what the Flag Smashers were doing, but also it didn't make it okay that the world was trying to kill them all either. Yeah. But they definitely were terrorists. Yeah. And the issue with, I think their movement came from a place of legitimate concern and worry and something that needed to be taken care of. And I think Sam did a great job of wrapping that all up and realizing that, no, this was what he had said to her was, I believe that what you're doing is a good thing, and I can understand your cause. I don't agree with how you're doing it. And that his speech just covered that perfectly. Mm-hmm. Like, no, it is not okay that she was hurting people, but it is also not okay that she felt that she needed to hurt people to make you listen. Yeah. And it's like, I wish so badly that the real world had a Sam right now. Yeah. We need a Captain America. Yeah. Like that's how I felt. Yeah. Was that our world actually needs someone who tells these people in power exactly what he told. Well, see, and I think that's one of the things that just proved why he's Captain America versus Walker being Captain America, because he wasn't afraid of what the government was going to do to him for him standing up against what they believed in. Yeah. Which is just what Steve would have done. Yeah. He would have done the exact same thing. And I think that was just a brilliant way of progressing his character, right? Mm-hmm. And showing that moment of like, no, you know what? Yeah, I saved you all,
but y'all doing bad things.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to stop and you need to rethink this. I'm not saying that you need to just completely stop it.
Yes.
You need to rethink it and
better.
have a discussion.
Yeah.
Right? And figure it out in a different way.
Yeah.
You know?
It was so inspiring.
Yeah. So, and getting to see that suit, being that it's like looks so much like in the comics, it was just fantastic.
That helicopter scene?
Oh yeah,
was freaking amazing.
Right?
Like, oh my goodness,
everything was amazing. Like,
and Bucky, he makes me just so happy to see him be good, and it was so, he's like adorable in like this endearing way. Like, just like, good job, Bucky. Like, that's what I feel like. Like, nice. It's hard to describe it.
No, that's good. No, I get it.
It was so heart-wrenching at the end, but I felt so good. So it felt so positive to see him actually take those steps. Mm-hmm. True redemption, if you want to say that, and giving people the closure that they so desperately need, that it's now not going to make him feel better for it, but he knows it's the right thing to do, and those are those steps there, and that was hard to watch, but I like that they didn't drag it out. They just showed him. He wasn't there to try to calm the man down, or they didn't show that they made up, because that's not the point of it. The point of it was to allow the father to reconcile and know the truth and be able to deal with it on his own, so good.
Yeah, no, I totally enjoyed it. Now we've got to wait a month and a half before Loki hits.
I'm so excited for it. So excited.
But we do at least get
Loki while it's happening.
A few more weeks of Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
That show's still going on. And I'm still enjoying it, still loving it. It's a great Friday night episode.
It was so good, this last one. So
I'm still wondering where it's going to go and how it's going to go, but it's a good show, especially if you like hockey.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. I've been actually like having the itch to play like sports video games again, and PlayStation had a big sale, so I was able to snag the NBA game. So I'm going to start playing that. I needed a game that I could just like drop and play.
Yeah.
No story.
Well, because you used to play the NHL too.
Yeah.
And that was like a little bit more of just the
I got 20 minutes. I got 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's not like, oh crap, I don't know if I'm gonna get sucked into this mission or something.
Yeah, you do one game and you can just turn it off, right?
Yeah.
I still would love to be able to get an NHL or a Madden just to have that that mind numbing just kind of play.
So we can actually see the Ducks play well in hockey again.
Yeah, right? We can actually make that happen.
Considering one of the other, he hasn't been as much of a star anymore, but one of the key players is now out on hip surgery again. So I don't trust him to ever come back.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
Full strength.
But
so I did that, and I say PlayStation is doing a spring sale till the end of April here for some of their games, and some of them are up to like 60 to 75% off through the PlayStation Store. So I thought that was really cool. Because the other thing I snagged, because it got me excited to want to play it again,
was Mortal Kombat. 11.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 11, the Ultimate Edition. So it also has a bit of that bonus because the Ultimate Edition comes with a lot of DLC. Well, all the DLC.
And what was the first character he played? Can anyone guess Mike's current theme? Oh, it was Spawn.
Yeah. It made it all worth it. It was
like
20
Katie, this is totally worth it just for this.
Yep.
Oh, wait, no. You liked... This was him. Katie, this is the character I'll probably be playing a lot of. Then he's messing around a little bit more. And he pulled 2 other characters out. And he starts playing. He's like, Katie, oh my God, this was totally worth it just for this right here. And you know who those characters were? Rambo and the Terminator.
Yep. Yeah.
And he just looked so freaking happy.
Yeah, I was doing that. I was doing like the practice tutorial thing, and I was just having Rambo just beat the crap out of the Terminator. and then I was looking, and I was like, you can turn the you once you play as a Terminator through his story, I guess you can unlock more skins and stuff, so you can have him look more like the younger version, or there's like a beat up one, and I was just like, hell's yeah. I don't know if I'll play as anyone from Mortal Kombat. I might just play DLC characters just because
you can.
Yeah, I was very excited to play Spawn because like there's no Spawn video games.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so I want to unlock the Commando Spawn, just like we talked about the 12-inch Commando Spawn.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yep.
So we watched the new movie.
Mortal Kombat. Yeah. Yeah.
I was excited for this one. The trailers looked cool. It looked like it'd be some fun action. I don't have a ton of knowledge. I recognize some of the characters, but I'm not a huge Mortal Kombat fan, like by any means. But I was just like, oh, this looks cool. So
yeah, I played the game. I played it in the arcade. I remember there was an old arcade where in the food court where the dollar store is in the food.
Oh, really?
There was an arcade there.
Nice.
And I'd played it there. And then the Castle Fun Parky thing that they had, that was always you go there. We're the bowling alley.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But like, I always
just played racing games when I went, or not ice hockey, air hockey, or Street Fighter.
Well, see, that was the thing. It was like when Mortal Kombat came out, it was like the next step from, say, Street Fighter, right?
Yeah.
It added a different look, a different feel. It was more like, yeah, this is,
we're stepping it up.
We're stepping it up completely. This isn't for babies. Like this is for.
Yeah, I stopped at Street Fighter.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, but it reminded me, Street Fighter reminded me more of like the anime feel, right? And like Mortal Kombat reminded me more of like the Kung Fu movie.
Oh, okay.
When it came to like playing, like, because it was like photorealistic for that time.
Okay.
Digitalized, like, they digitalized actors and all that to play it. And it was, as it went on, it just became CG, right?
Yeah.
But originally, the original one was all like real photo, right? Versions of people that they animated. So it really gave you that sense that it was more real, like.
Oh, okay.
And it's just fun to have just like that brutal, kind of game. I love the Injustice games because the creators of Mortal Kombat made those.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like the PG-13 versions of Mortal Kombat, right? They don't have all the blood and guts and gore. So, this is just the R-rated of that. So I loved Injustice 2. And it's like... like customization and all that kind of stuff, and the Mortal Kombat 11 has this.
Oh, nice.
So
there was a ton of different things on there.
So that's what I'm excited for, is like the more you play, the more you unlock, and then you can actually like make them look different too, right? But
so the movie.
For the movie. What'd you think of it?
You know what? I enjoyed it. I had a good time. But it was just a bunch of action scenes strung together. So those scenes were really awesome. And I loved I guess I would call it cinematography, that it made me feel like I was watching a scene from the video game. Like it was trippy when you would realize that the way they were standing or the way they would move or some of the moves that they made were like, whoa, that felt like we were playing the game. And that was really cool.
Yeah.
But overall, like, amazing movie storyline. It was okay.
It started off so good though.
Oh, it did.
Like with Sub-Zero coming after what eventually would be Scorpion.
Yeah.
And that whole opening scene. Like I just wanted a whole movie of that. Oh yeah.
See, like all the action was like amazing.
That feudal Japan, like as he was just taking those ninja guys out that were part of Sub-Zero's clan. I was like, this is awesome. Like, holy crap. And how bloody it was. And like, when he made his little weapon, the Scorpion, that was cool. Get over here weapon thing that he had.
The way he said it too, I was like, oh my God, this sounds like the video game.
Right. And that was so good. And I was like, oh, we're in for an awesome ride. I really got excited. Yeah, then it was super boring. Then it pumped the brakes.
Yeah, but as I say, the action was really cool. The next real thing I really remember, because it was talking about him. Of course, then Sub-Zero showed up, but damn, when he took what's his face's arms,
Jax. That was an amazing. See,
horrific
that's the thing,
and
like,
amazing. All the same
here
time.
I go from that first scene where I'm just like, yeah, Mortal Kombat, the Japan in the past, kicking ass, doing amazing things. And what's the next scene I remember? when Sub-Zero fought Jax and melted his arms off, right?
Like, oh yeah, and then that happened.
Right? And it was like, and then when he kicked him off and he falls and like...
Right? You're like, oh my God. I honestly, I was like, was he already just fought her? Did he die? And
well, I was like, Jax always has had the metal arms. Like,
See, and that's the thing, is I didn't know enough about him. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's gonna come back. I bet she's gonna have metal like arms. That seems familiar. But
I wasn't sure with how when he kicked him off, how he bounced off the thing.
I saw that. I'm like, he's not superhuman though. Like is he? How's he gonna survive that? Right. Well, but yeah, we just kind of jump between major action scenes from there.
And then I don't really remember, like, Kano is definitely, like, you love to hate him.
Yeah.
And that's the point of him, right? Like, they made it so he says the things, but then, you know, he's just an asshole.
Yeah, he is.
Right? You know, it was just a weird, like, you liked him, but you didn't. Yeah. Right? And you shouldn't, because he's a bad guy in the series too. Like, he's always with the bad guys. He's not with the good guys, right? Well, that was just like trying to open up and unlock their powers. Yeah.
You know, it was interesting because there wasn't really a lot of like explanation too much about, and I don't know if we really need a huge backstory. I mean, how much do you really need of this? It's just like, well, it's this fight that happens, but like at the same time, a little bit more backstory on the Mortal Kombat would have been appreciated.
Well, I'm surprised they didn't just get thrown into a tournament.
Yeah, like I kept waiting for something like that, and they never got there.
Right? Like I was waiting for like a.
There's a little too much of the training montage that took forever. Yeah, like, you could have just done a training montage instead of all this other stuff. You know.
I did like the joke with the sweep kick.
Yes.
You know, and how Kano jumped. I thought that was fantastic.
That was hilarious.
I was like, yes, it is a stupid joke, but it is amazing.
Right.
And what is one of the first things I did in the game? Sweep kick. When I played.
Yep. When I thought it was funny too. You're like, oh look, they're fighting again in precarious places.
Yeah.
Because then later on, the way they were standing, I was like, you're right, they are. They're fighting on some like tiny ass little piece of land, just like they would in the game. Yep. Because that's what happens in these games. They end up in these tiny little places because you don't need to worry about it. You just go back and forth.
Yep. You know, and I can't remember the metal hat dude. I can't remember what his name is.
He's a metal hat dude with his spinning blade of a hat.
That was the best fatality in the entire thing.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Like, you know, some of the other ones were, you know.
Yeah.
But when he cut that bat chick in half with his hat.
It was so brutal and so fantastic.
I was like, I want a movie of this.
Well, because you see that, like something like that just seemed like you wanted to it was the yelling finisher.
Yeah.
And it was just this like epic finishing move type thing. You're like, holy shit.
Yeah. So I'm like, the ending was a little anticlimactic. Like the Sub-Zero Scorpion fight was great.
Yeah.
At the end, like that was just really cool. I kind of don't really 100% remember how it ended.
No, and that's the sad thing.
And that's why, like, I don't really remember how, you know, I remember Scorpion burning Sub-Zero, and that was like it. And I like.
Yeah, we don't really remember.
It was a weird, like, connection thing that just kind of like glazed over.
We were pretty tired and little out of it.
Yeah, but I remember so much of it.
But it shows though, then the movie itself didn't keep our attention.
And then I remember like the very, very, very end. Like I wasn't even on my phone or anything like that.
No. I remember the whole battle. And
then like where they like suddenly went off and were like, we need to collect more fighters because we need to be able to win the Mortal Kombat. Again. And then the tease for Cage. But like I don't remember how they went from like Scorpion's burning body to showing Cage's poster.
Yeah.
It just happened.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
and I don't put it past the movie to have just happened.
Like it was just like that idea of like the bad guys.
In the movie, like obviously the bad guys, this other world there, are trying to take out the Earth fighters before the actual tournament, right? Because they're cheating, they're trying to thin those hurt. Do we know when the tournament is supposed to be, or is it just soon?
In 3 movies.
Okay.
So the actor that played Sub-Zero had said in an interview that he was signed on for 4 Mortal Kombat movies if the first movie meets expectations at the box office.
So it's not. most likely.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Who knows what the expectations are anymore because we don't know how to judge it.
Right. So, yeah.
Okay.
Who knows?
I mean, it definitely deserves to have more.
If they could keep it R-rated like they did,
yeah,
I would definitely watch a second one. It wasn't so bad that I'm like, no, I won't.
It wasn't like I never once was I like, oh my God, I can't believe we're watching this. Like I had a good time. Why did we
pay for this, right?
Yeah, it was just after the fact we're like, wow, okay, these scenes, if the action scenes weren't as good, the movie would have been like totally blah.
But I think also because the action scenes were so bloody, that's what made it like pumped up because it was different. If this had been a PG-13 one,
yes,
it probably would have been like, oh dear Lord,
yeah,
right, like,
well, because then this little bit of cheesiness would have been like extreme cheesiness or something, and it would have been like, ugh. So yeah, it. By all means, I still recommend the movie if you like Mortal Kombat at all, type thing. It's still totally super fun.
It got me, you know what it did? It did the number
You went out and bought the game.
The number one thing that I think all comic or video game related items should do, it should have you go get the source material.
Yep.
If you watch a comic movie and you say, you know what, I want to go pick up and read more about whoever, then the movie did its job. Even if the movie sucks, it did its job. Yep. This is the same in Mortal Kombat. This got me going like, I really want to play Mortal Kombat again. Like, I want to beat a man down.
So that's exactly what it should have done.
Yeah, it even had, because like for a while I was like starting to look at like the McFarlane like Mortal Kombat figures.
Oh, we look at them every single time and I'm always like, these are really cool.
All right. And I'm like Mortal Kombat figures. I'm like, oh, yeah. Todd, you need to get your Spawn figures out because I'm going to start buying Mortal Kombat, and that just scares you. Get the Spawn out. Or
you heard him, right?
Or get more DC Multiverse out. Like, there's a bit of a lull. Like,
help me out, man. I'm jonesing over here.
I need my head.
I need something new.
McFarlane's like, well, go ahead, buy those Mortal Kombat figures because I make them too. So, hey, whatever.
Ta-ching!
Right? I have your soul.
Yeah, pretty much right now. So yeah, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it was fun. It's a popcorn movie.
One thing though, I was sad that I had hoped they would have just said like, fight type thing. And I would have hoping the big bad guy, when they were fighting, would have yelled something about finish them at that time. And that would have been funny.
Well, but he lost his right hand Batwoman, so he wouldn't have said finisher.
Oh, I know, but that would have been fun for him to, like, if they at one point and then the good guys had to overthrow them. He did at the very beginning.
He said finish them, and he should have said fight.
Yes, and that's what he should have said, right?
Yeah,
because that was the start, and then it should have been like trying to like pump up his fighters, but then the good guys have to overthrow that. Like that would have been cool. That was my thing that I was just like, oh,
or Raiden should have came in and said finisher.
Yes,
right. I don't know.
Cool.
Did Raiden really do anything?
No,
in this movie?
He made lightning effects. Okay. He traveled them around and zapped them places and protected with little.
See, that's what I say. Like, I enjoyed those. I've got
looked really cool.
I got some like cool memory moments from
like what happened,
and then I started thinking about it.
It's not
and I'm
really
just
a cohesive story. It's like, just little glimpses of cool.
Where did this? What?
It's like a video game. All you really cared about?
You don't care about the cutscenes. You don't
care about the cutscenes. You just cared about the fight.
When you're playing.
The cutscene was just like totally forgotten, and now we're at the next fight. So it was just like watching a game.
Apparently, wow.
Which is actually kind of okay.
Huh? It's a good one if you want to grab a beer. Grab a beer or whatever your substance of choice, and just sit back. And
then you can have our same experience. Right?
So, totally, Yeah. No.
There we go.
I'm just not making sense now.
No, we're rambling.
Saying words.
Saying things.
But yeah, you know what? It was Mortal Kombat. It was a good time. I'm not mad that we paid for it.
Yeah.
I had a good time for what it was. It made me laugh.
Yeah.
Like not in that like bad laugh, like the that man just exploded kind of feel, right? Like
that's the best kind right there.
Like so
we got that was good. Go see it if you haven't already.
Lucky people in the States, it's all part of your HBO Max, so you already paid for it.
So definitely go watch it then. Right? Take advantage of that.
Any of those ones. Same with Kong, like it's all part of your HBO Max. Give it a go,
So next week we got, so we're going to finish up and wrap up the vampires.
Leather and vampires.
Then we're also, I think we're going to plan a comedy episode.
Yeah, you know what?
Like we've been a little dark and moody.
Yeah, we're going to look at some classic, bring out the Radnesia comedy feel for upcoming after, because we don't really, we took that whole month where we just watched Schitt's Creek. Yeah. And we laughed.
By the way, we need to watch Schitt's Creek again.
And... What do they mean by folding? How do you fold cheese?
This morning, I was just hysterical laughing about Ebenezer.
Oh, because so Katie's wearing a nightgown, right? And our kid comes up and he's like, "Is this new?" And she's like, "No, I've had it for a long time." He's like, "I don't remember this." And she's like, "Well, it's a nightgown."
Well, I can't. It's hard because it's long sleeve, but it's short. So then it's weird for the weather because it has to be. It can't be too cold that I'm freezing, and it can't be too warm. So I'm like, well, I have a blanket, so I'm good. And I was like, well, it's because I don't have pants on. And he was just like, what?
Yeah. So, and I said, I want to wear a nightgown. Because, how easy is that?
It's so easy to pee.
Right?
Good stuff.
Even forever, dude. You just lift it up. You just lift it up.
And that was one of the jokes in Schitt's Creek was he comes walking in, and he's wearing the old school
Johnny Rose.
Johnny Rose is wearing.
Comes into his kid's room,
and David's like, "What's up, Ebenezer?" And it's just hysterical because he's like, "You know what? Don't knock this thing. I can just lift it to pee."
I don't know what you're talking about. This is a perfectly acceptable sleeping attire, right? You're like, yeah, in Victorian England.
It's so funny.
But you think about it. Think about a nightgown, dude nightgown.
Well, okay, your pajama pants. You have to create a little hole that you got to maneuver in. This does not. I've never understood that.
Or
that
pull
seems
it down,
very uncomfortable.
But so you pull it up, or or
you don't have a chance to pee on it.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
And also too, honestly, think about a nightgown. Your partner wants to get going.
Sexy time so much easier.
You just pull it up a little bit, and bam.
There you go.
You
don't, your feet aren't all tangled up in things.
You don't get caught. You don't got no restrictions from the pants getting in the way.
Just pull it on up and wear,
Yeah.
Nightgowns are awesome.
Apparently we need to make nightgowns for men.
Needs to be a thing.
Come back because
just don't make them look like Ebenezer Scrooge one. Make them look cool and we're good.
What are you gonna
I don't know. Not
sequins. Is that gonna make them look cool?
That's where you went in sequins. That is awesome. I think they should be fabulous.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Shoulder pads,
I'm just thinking of
sport logos.
Design what you could,
right?
They might sell it right there,
But yeah, think about that. Literally, they're easy to pee. They're airy.
Yeah.
Right. You're covered.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Why?
Easy to pull up when you're your other wants some, and it's a totally logical thing.
It is.
Now I want to make a nightgown. I want to make what would it be? It wouldn't be nightgown. It'd be men's.
Yeah, we can't call it gown, right? I mean that's
man smock. No, that doesn't sound good. You want to wear a smock?
I just think of something without a back for that, honestly.
Little hospital gowns.
That's the back and the front, but the sides are open thing. You don't want that. Okay, now let's brainstorm this one.
Yeah, there's gotta be something.
Tank it. What would you call something?
And then we all go on this, and then we could go on one of those Shark Tank shows and pitch the man's gown.
Yeah, that's good.
There's
stuff.
manscaping, man's gown.
There you go.
Right, and.
Because women, we have so many other different things. You got all the different lengths and all the different styles. We don't need.
Got lingerie. And stuff.
We're good. You know.
Why can't we have a boss ass something? And you could go
because I can choose.
You could have a collar,
a little bit fun, but still covered. It doesn't have to.
Think about that. If you put a collar on that thing too, when you had to run down when someone knocked on the door and you had to peek out, you could just stand on the side. It looks like you're dressed.
Now, also too, let's keep in mind. With our current world of Zoom meetings, you can be Zoom meeting and look like you're dressed, but it's still all open underneath, and you're
2 buttons and a collar.
Yeah, and you're like, I'm super cool. I don't have to worry about being too warm.
Yeah.
I'm like not constricted. You can just spread all out.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Right? We could put hoods on them too.
Yeah,
Like,
this is a
good idea. Like, we just put it into the world. Now someone's going to steal it. And they're going to find, like, man's gowns everywhere.
Yeah.
But, like, this is a thing.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't be, like, gender biased. We should just make, like...
No, because women have Snuggies. You know? We have... No. You know what? Take this. Women, we have so much damn clothing.
Take the dress. Take the dress. Put the dress on and rock it.
Like... Shit, I don't need other options. I got so many. You know how many women's stores there are? You don't find, like, a general man store unless you're wearing a suit.
Yeah. Okay. So that's wait. I need someone. I need someone that can sew.
Yeah.
And we're gonna make some man's gowns.
Yeah.
Some men's gowns.
So you can do a whole pop culture lines with things. Yeah. You know, it'd be good stuff.
Everything.
Just like, basic patterns. Yeah. Just not frilly cotton.
Yeah. And not like the weird, like, granny
Not the Victorian looking ones, right?
We could do that for Halloween or Christmas. That'd be good sellers at Christmas.
Yeah.
The Ebenezer at Christmas.
Yeah, it would be.
Like.
But yeah. I mean, look at this.
The gown of Christmas past.
$1 million. Oh!
Right?
$1 million idea right here. Just live. Just live, just
right there.
Right there.
Ready for you to steal.
Yep. But it's documented that we thought of it first.
So just, if anything, if you think of it and you make millions off of it, just give us a kickback.
We'll figure it out. We're open. We're open to it.
So yeah. There we go. I don't know how this...
I know. This is weird. But what happens.
So vampires and leather. And then we're going to look at some like classic comedies from our...
no idea what.
Repertoire.
But we got a lot of comedies, so why not?
Maybe we can finally do your Wayne's World thing.
Wayne's World!
Party time!
Excellent!
And with that, I bid you farewell till next week. It's been a pleasure being deep inside your ears. Stay rad, dudes.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for listening. Want more rad content? Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And don't forget to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review.
And remember, be excellent to each other and party on, dudes!